Hetepu fam, peace and blessings. This is Derric RauKhu. And you're gonna have to excuse me. I'm in the car basically waiting for my car to be serviced, have my tires and all that kind of stuff done. Because it's getting cold out and it's time to winterize. So that's why I'm doing this video from inside the car here. But in this video, real briefly, I want to talk about basically how our enemy goes ahead and how our enemy kills us. Okay. Part of the reason why I'm making this video is mainly because I was talking to some students, and there were some of my students, and they were asking, how come I didn't how come I didn't continue going on with the whole engineering, and for the most part, the answer I typically gave people was basically, I got tired of it, or I just didn't like it. I just wasn't interested anymore. And I give them that answer or that response because, for the most part, it basically is a quick response to go ahead and make people shut up and stop asking me questions about it. All right. But it got me thinking one time, and part of the reason why it got me thinking is because, for the longest time, I would think about, my friends who I went to school with, how, when they came out, here it is, they're working for engineering companies and what have you. They're making, got nice homes, making big bank, cars and all that kind of stuff. And here it is, I go into education. And there's been times when I've actually thought about, let's go back into this. Let's get back into engineering. It's not too late. We can go ahead, we can do it, maybe take a couple of refresher courses or something like that, and we're right back into it. But I remember when I was in college, I was in my senior year, and this is when I started really feeling, I really started feeling a push to not pursue that career. It was interesting, like I said, I just really, it was just something that was just telling me this is not for me, that I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be doing this. And for the most part, I went ahead and I tried my best to ignore that. And the interesting thing about it was that every time I tried to, go back into engineering, go back into, chemical engineering, get back into something that was science or, science, chemistry, or engineering related, anything dealing with that. Every time I tried to get back into it, it was, now I can look at it and I can say it was funny. But at the time, it was like I kept having obstacles. Big time obstacles. It was like, and when I'm saying big time obstacles, I mean like big time financial, breakdowns, and that's preventing me from actually moving to, or, in order for me to take a job or some other kind of crazy thing. It was all kind of things that was just happening. The final thing, of course, was, when I got back and I was trying to get back into there, that's when I got, deathly ill and fell, like I said, got real sick, couldn't walk or any of that. And, like I said, I've told you that story before, but that's what happened. And the reason why all of that took place was mainly because I kept trying to listen to my ego, It was my ego that was basically my sect that was basically telling me, hey, you see your boy over there, your boys over there, they making all this. And here you are doing education, your boys over there, they got this going on. And here you are teaching. And it was, it took a while. Well, of course, it took me getting knocked off my butt basically to realize it wasn't for me. And the more and more I looked at it, it was like, really, I was in one sense, I was really trying to prove to myself that, I had the ability to do it. And I mean, and that was a great thing. I got the degree. But it was like Spirit was like, okay, you got it. Now move on. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be in that field. You're not supposed to be dealing with that. You're destined to do something else because you got to touch other people's lives. And that was the reason why, I ended up going into education. And I ended up getting confirmation that that's where I was supposed to be at. Every time I go ahead and I see, former students come back and they're like, thank you, Mr. Moore, for going ahead and helping me with this. Thank you for, I made an impression upon these people's lives, and they're like, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for going ahead and doing this. Just because of you, I went ahead and I was able to get this. I was able to do this and accomplish these different things. I also get confirmation from it whenever I go ahead and I hear parents, of some of the, even the lower level of students. And when I'm saying lower level, I mean, in the elementary and high school, junior high, when I talk to some of those parents and they're like, it was because of you, this is what happened. It's because of, you stand on them, that this is the reason why they went ahead and they got better and why they went ahead and they did this. Okay. Now, of course, not every story and every, student that I talk to and I've dealt with has that positive ending, has that happy ending or so. But it, like I said, it basically, that was just confirmation that that's where I'm supposed to be at. I'm supposed to be there. And I'm saying that because we are in a position, a lot of us who are on this spiritual path, we may be going through something similar to that, in which you hear your spirit telling you need to do X, Y, Z, but you're looking at it from a physical perspective. You're looking at it from a financial and saying, hey, I don't know if I got the ends to do that. Or I don't know if I do this, how will I go ahead and be able to provide for myself or my family, my loved ones, and everyone else. And it's basically all about really trusting the spirit. And this is part of spirituality. It deals with trusting the spirit. Okay. Now, I find that interesting. And the reason why I was saying that it's our enemy that kills us whenever we don't do that. The reason why I said that is because I'm sitting up here and, I just got finished looking at, prior to this, I was sitting up here, like I said, I'm waiting, I'm in line and I'm waiting, to be serviced. But I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at videos and everything. And I came across the J Balvin video, and for those of you who don't know, he's a reggaeton artist. I believe he's out of Colombia. And in the video, basically, he has these women, the name of the video is Pera, and it's basically a female dog. But in the video, he has, some women chained up. They're on leash, on leashes, as if they're dogs. And it just basically, it kind of reminded me of the fact that, whenever you give into your set, you give into your ego, you basically would do anything and everything for fame and money. And this is how our enemy kills us. Now, I saw when I'm looking at this video and I'm seeing all, basically he apologized and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay, I get it. And rightfully so. But it just made me wonder, what were the women thinking when they were told, hey, we're going to put, hey, he's going He's going to put you on a leash like you're a dog, and he's going to be, he's going to treat you like, like you're an animal. What were they thinking? I mean, what part of them, where was their integrity? Where was their, where was their spirit, for that matter? In any of that situation. Now, I'll tell you where their spirit was. It was just like I was saying, what happened to my spirit? When my spirit and my spirits were talking, and I decided, let me go ahead and try to do this, try to pursue this career anyway. I end up going in here and falling on my face, falling on my back. And when I see individuals who are, especially these individuals who are, quote unquote, selling their souls because for this fame and fortune, or temporary fortune, because that's exactly what it is. When I see these individuals doing that, that's how, only thing I am reminded of is this is how our enemy kills us. And it's because of that, not only does our enemy kill us from that perspective, but it also damages our image in regards to, it damages, it's a bad reflection on, our family. It's a bad reflection on our communities, bad reflection on our people, So just wanted to go in here and, like I said, drop that, just drop that little note, drop a little video about that. And like I said, kind of remind us, kind of go ahead and encourage us. You're on this spiritual path for a reason. There's things are changing. There's a big time transition taking place. And if you're on the grassroots level, you'll see it. You see it taking place. But if you're in the mud, you probably won't see it. Okay. But stay true to your spirit. Stay true to your spirit. Okay. And if you stay true to your spirit and start really going ahead, tapping into your spirit, talk to your spirits, talk to your ancestors and spirit guides, and ask them, ask them for that guidance, ask them for that assistance. You got questions in regards to how much money you're going to make if you go in here and you do this, how you're going to, not so much how much money you're going to make, but how much, how are you going to be able to have a life and sustain your lifestyles and assist your family and your loved ones and everything. Ask your spirits that. They'll tell you. They'll show you. Because that's part of spirituality. It's part of going in here, and that's part of what it deals with when we're talking about growing. We're talking about trusting the spirit, trusting your higher self, trusting your ancestors, trusting your spirit guides, and understanding they can see more than you. All right. So hopefully that went in here and, that made a lot of sense. Like I said, I'm trying to rush a little bit because, I'm now almost next in line here. So, as usual, if you got any questions, you got any comments or so, feel free to drop me a line. Thanks again for sharing, liking, and subscribing. Until next time, Hetepu. Peace.
Upstanding family, man. You got a good thing, man. Come on, Tigolo. Come on, Tigolo. Be strong. Be real strong. I mean, nigga.